And so we are coming into the offices of Student Media, and we are going to meet
Me.
Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. It's nice to see you here in the student media offices.
All right.
Welcome.
Why don't you tell me a little bit who you are first?
All right. I'm Katrina Chandler, and I am currently serving as the director of student media. Been here for about a month, new to Kent State, new to Kent, new to Ohio. Yeah.
So are you a morning person or a night person?
I am a night person, I would say, because I just stay up late, but I really honestly think I'm like one of those noon pigeon people, like not really morning, not really night, really excel in the afternoon.
So as a noon pigeon, what's your ideal breakfast?
I don't really like breakfast, but if I had breakfast, it would be, my ideal one it would be bagel and cream cheese. Love that, but I'll eat it anytime.
All right. But how about coffee? Do you take your coffee cream and sugar, black,
I take
espresso?
my coffee, well, I love espresso, first of all. Second of all, I like it with all the things. I'll drink it black, I'll drink it cream and sugar, but also, like, give me the frou-frou drink. I don't care. I want it too. I'll drink it. Love a beverage.
What's your favorite time waster?
My favorite time waster is all-day rom-com marathons. I just watched 3 this past weekend.
All right. So when you read the newspaper, since you're a student media director, do you do a paper newspaper or do you do a digital version?
Digital.
All right. What's your current favorite movie? Is it one of these rom-coms you've been watching?
No, and so current favorite movie is the key word here, and I really had a hard time with this question, but I'm just gonna say I love the movie Beetlejuice. It's one of my favorite movies, and I just saw Beetlejuice, so it was just a good time. So I'm gonna say that.
All right. So what's your all-time comfort film?
Again, that changes so often. I really love movies, but right now it's She's the Man, and I did watch that this weekend.
What's your biggest irrational fear?
Currently, my biggest irrational fear is that somebody lives in the dark hole in my basement because I've never had like a basement like that before. And I know it's irrational, obviously, because it's an irrational fear, but every time I go do laundry, I'm like, somebody's living there. Like, I guarantee it.
What's your biggest strength?
I think that my biggest strength is having just kind of grown up like and studied as a graphic designer for a long time. I think like I have an ability to take in a lot of information, so I feel like I can listen to people, I can take in information, and then I'm able to understand it and kind of distill it and feed it back. I think that that's a pretty good strength to have.
Okay. The Ramones or the Sex Pistols?
Sex Pistols, 100%. I've thought about this since high school, and if you want to talk more about it, you can at me.
What's your dream job other than this one?
Okay, so my dream job other than this is when I was growing up, I always wanted to be John Madden. That's why I got into broadcast, because I thought I was going to be an NFL sports commentator. I just loved that he was like drawing on the screens with his yellow marker all the time. I was so pumped about it. I thought it was so cool.
All right. Flying or invisibility?
Flying.
Care to elaborate?
Well, actually, you only gave me 2 options, flying or invisibility, but the reality is I would love to teleport, so I feel like flying is the closest to teleportation.
So, what vacation have you taken where you said to yourself, this is the perfect life?
I haven't taken one of those yet, so I'm still in the market for that, and I really think it's going to be a beach vacation, though.
Sweet or savory?
Sweet.
What is a hidden talent you have that most people don't know about?
Okay, I don't have a hidden talent. I always say this, and I think, 1, I just can't think of any talents that I have, but 2, I'm not like a very secretive person. I'm pretty open, so I don't think anything would be a secret anyway.
What are 3 things you can't live without?
My kids, my twirly towel for my shower, and women's movement.
What do you have to have with you every time you leave the house?
I have to have my phone, and then I have to have my sunglasses. I've trained my eyeballs. It's kind of cool that in Ohio I don't need them as much, but in New Mexico it was like blaring sun all the time.
All right. Window or aisle seat?
Aisle seat.
What's the best piece of advice you've ever received?
I received don't yuck someone's yum, and I tell my kids that all the time. Just because if somebody likes something, just because you don't like it or you have a negative opinion on it, just leave them alone. Like, let them enjoy the thing that they like to enjoy.
Who's the most famous person you ever met?
I met the Strokes.
And what did you say to the Strokes?
I asked them to sign my shirt, and they did. So,
What's one thing you wish you knew when you started college?
I wish that I knew that it's not a formula. Like, everybody's process is different, everybody's experience is different. We kind of learn that, like, you go to high school, and then you graduate, and then you go to college, and then you graduate, and then you get a job, but that's not everybody's experience. Things are different for everyone, and that's okay.
All right. Do you speak any languages other than English?
I don't, and I wish I did. I've tried so hard. I've tried to learn French. I lived in Korea, tried to learn Hangul, couldn't do that. I've lived in Germany, tried to learn German, couldn't do that. So English is all I have.
All right. Well, who's your favorite author?
I would say C.S. Lewis.
English. What's the best Halloween candy to get?
I think it's like, and it's not because I think it's the tastiest, but I just think it's the best, is like the little tinfoil eyeballs and stuff.
What's your favorite color?
Would plead the fifth on that because I like all the colors.
What extracurriculars, if any, did you do in high school?
I did broadcast club, I did literary magazine, yearbook, key club, and student government.
What's your favorite holiday?
I used to think Halloween was my favorite holiday, but now it's more like Christmas because I love the season, like the time, like the energy around Christmas.
What's a pet peeve of yours?
Driving in the passing lane.
What's a favorite piece of clothing you've ever owned?
I used to have these like black corduroy boot cut sailor pocket pants that were like I was obsessed with.
What's your favorite TV show of all time?
That's also hard because I love television, but I'm gonna say Happy Endings.
What's a movie that made you cry?
All of them.
What is a movie that made you cry because you laughed so hard?
Wet Hot American Summer when I was in high school was the first time I watched it, and it was hilarious. I just ran into this pool.
If you could be a Disney character, what would you be?
I would be Xenon Girl of the 21st Century because she lives in a space station, and she's like got this cool vibe, so that sounds cool.
What's your favorite app?
This is a secret that I'll let you in on. Black Squirrel Radio is getting an app, and so obviously that's my favorite app.
What's your favorite website?
Obviously Kent State or Black Squirrel Entertainment, so obviously.
If you could live in any historical decade, when would it be and where?
I would like exist in the 80s while I'm in my 20s, or I would like be in the 90s. Also maybe like in my 20s because I was like a teenager. Yeah.
Do you have any pets?
I currently no, but I'm looking for one, I think. But that's also a secret because I'm going to do it for my kids for Christmas.
What was the name of your first pet?
Georgia.
What's your favorite board game?
I love board games. I have a ton of board games, but I'm going to say Risk.
What are the favorite lyrics to any song?
So, I wish that I could recite these lyrics to you, but I cannot. But I really love the lyrics of the song Capital G by 9 Inch Nails. It's a satirical song about government, basically, but the chorus is about how kind of like American society's trading in their morals for the capital G, like which is greed.
What was the last book you read?
I read a Brene Brown book. I've read a lot, so which one was the one that I just read? Oh, Braving the Wilderness.
If you could have dinner with any person from history, who would it be?
I think I would have dinner with Maya Angelou. I just think that they have like a really beautiful way of saying things. They're very empathetic. I just think it'd be a good conversation.
And you're joining us here from New Mexico. What's
Yes.
the biggest difference between New Mexico and Ohio other than the weather?
First of all, I want to say that in New Mexico, they got a foot of snow, and y'all out here being in 70-degree weather. But the biggest difference is the culture. In New Mexico, it's heavily influenced by indigenous cultures and Mexican culture, and it's a town full of beauty and liveliness and color and textiles and texture, and I really enjoy that.
What 3 words best describe your style?
Makes me happy. 3.
How do you deal with stress?
I like to take my shoes off and put my feet in the grass, and also like lay in grass.
Get a look at your feet.
Yeah.
All right. What's your most played playlist?
My Spotify day list right now.
Do you have a cool or bizarre talent other than that secret talent that you didn't have?
Talentless. Okay, I'm talentless. I'm a hack.
What's the best compliment you've ever received?
I think the best compliment I've received, and I think best compliment because I cherished this, was that somebody said that I was understanding, and so they were able that I'm able to communicate well. I'm able to listen. I'm able to understand and be empathetic with people.
What's one habit you wish you could break?
I can't like make a doctor's appointment to save my life, and it's not like that I don't know how to do it, but I like if to run a like just a mundane errand or like call the doctor, I'm like, oh, I can't do it. So I'd really like to not, because I feel like I need to do those things. So
All right. Well, thank you very much.
you're welcome. Okay.